till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and our home team. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's the second year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Bird to return. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't going nowhere. Switch.
Here's Hines on a toss play. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, Cruz. Got his man, that's Harry. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
16 yards. And a Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Set. You're in Tucson. H3, 218, chopper.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Point after, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Single receiver, single receiver. Five. Single receiver. Check 31, check 31.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Raiders add on to their lead. The extra point up and good, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Say, 26. Watch safety. 6-6. Pull it high. Safety's creeping. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's letting it fly for... He's got a man. Complete. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And Freeman lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will... set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So out come the Raiders. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
48-yard line.
Okay, break. Go 58 to the right. 61. Matchbox, right. He's checking.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 50.
Here's a 2nd and 7. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. N'Keal Harry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
In golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very... Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
19. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cruz. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Cruz to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Cruz from the gun, he'll throw. He'll find Harry on the right side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Golden Tate. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Cruz to throw from his end zone. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Cruz. Hard throw. Incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Lawrence Guy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready. Exit. Time. Tight end rush. Go.
Cruz now, operating from the gun. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Now Cruz to throw. Throwing on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Second and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bird. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before break. Cruz. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Just like that. Just like that.
On play action. Now Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 57 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Freeman again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Rodgers now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Yeah, 90, walk. 59, Mike says 59. Let's go one more. Ready, go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniel is in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Cruz. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Cruz. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
I got you, pump. See it. Squeeze. Get in there. Ready.
Back to throw. Cruz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Ready?
Looking to throw. Cruz going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
58 right there. Come off the ball. Check the hot read. Hey, go right. Check 24. Shift.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. And here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Run.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. I'm coming after you. Greystone travel. Greystone travel. Ready.
He'll find Metcalf. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now Cruz throwing on 3rd and long. Going for Metcalf on the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A first down and then some. 36 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 8, read. I'm coming.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground. They picked it up. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Rodgers. Throw complete right side to Cooks. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. There again is Cooks, complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he locates Walker, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Come on.
They'll run here with Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Cruz on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Got his man, that's Harry. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Hines. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Cruz. From the gun, he'll throw. And able to complete it to Moreau. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Cruz now, operating from the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and through. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
319. 55, Mike. 3 buzz.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now that's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Now it's Hines. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bears' 29-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. Give these traps. Let's go. Ready, go.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though.